Sorry, guys, I was on mute and didn't even realize it. Hello, everyone. Please hit that like button as you guys come in. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to give you guys some time to come in. Hello, everyone. Please hit that like button as you guys come in. So, today I wanted to talk about some of the news that I've come across within the space of at least around 24 hours. So, we're going to go through the news together. Um, it seems like Porsha has allegedly sent out a cease and desist to, I believe, one of the bloggers or the blogger that was physically that was in the courtroom that joined the Zoom call. Um, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. I'm also going to talk about Wendy Williams. There's an update in relation to that. And also, I want to talk about Stacey from Real Housewives of Potomac. I feel like she's been exposed, so we're going to talk about that as well. And anything else that does come up as well. I think I saw one story that I was like, oh, this could be fun for us to like key and talk about. So I may add that for a little bit of a sprinkle in there as well. But hit that like button as you guys come in. Hit that like button as you come in. There is one thing I need to quickly check. Just need to check something really quickly. Sorry, give me 1 second. Hit that like button. How is everyone doing today? Just whilst I'm doing that, let me know how you guys are doing in the chat. Um, let me know how you guys are doing in the chat. Just need to do a little bit. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I've had a busy day and it's just midday for me, but it's been busy. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your patience. All right, let's get into it. Let me share my screen. Hit that like button, guys. Let me share my screen. Okay, let's start with what should we start with? Let's start with Wendy Williams, only because we had talked about this the other day, and this is just going to be an update following what we had discussed. So, a little bit of backstory for those who may not know: Wendy Williams' ex-husband has filed a lawsuit of $250 million. Oh my God, not $250, $250 million. And part of what he was alleging is the fact that her guardian has been like sort of isolating her from family members, relatives, things like that, things that we have heard in the past, essentially. So he's basically filing this lawsuit. Now, we did talk about how we felt like, knowing how he has rolled for such a long time, we're not surprised that this is the outcome. We're not surprised that he's suing, because bear in mind that like he was financially, this is my opinion, I felt like he was financially dependent on Wendy. And so if his check is not clearing or things are not happening as they should, of course, I'm not surprised that he's suing, because he's trying to get his money. So, anyways, the update now is Wendy Williams denies having any involvement with ex-husband's $250 million lawsuit against her guardian, says it's a money grab. Now, guys, remember how I said to you that the intention, in my opinion, may not be good. The intention may be all about the money and nothing to do with Wendy's well being. However, I feel like the implication is good because, on the bright side, at least somebody is speaking up for Wendy. Somebody is sort of getting in there and will hopefully eventually expose certain things that the Guardian is doing. So I'm just going to read this and let's discuss it. Wendy is not here for her ex husband, Kevin Hunter, filing a $250 million lawsuit and listing her as a plaintiff in the case. She claims that she has no idea why her name is being listed and didn't even know the lawsuit was being filed. Are we surprised? Absolutely not surprised. This is Kevin we're talking about, Mr. Kevin Hunter. So I don't think anybody in this chat is surprised. Let me know if you're surprised, but I'm not surprised. But Wendy said she did not have anything to do with it. For the sounds of it, she probably found it on the internet like the rest of us. Sounds like she didn't know anything about it. And listing her as a plaintiff, she claims she had no idea why her name is being listed, and didn't even know the lawsuit was being filed. Not surprised at all. According to TMZ, she says she's not surprised given his money grubbing past. Exactly. It's like, and bear in mind, guys, just to give you guys a heads up, I have not read this at all. I did not read this at all. All I saw was the headline. I did not read it at all. And the fact that I'm saying the same thing that has been written, we're not surprised. I don't think anybody out here, when we saw the lawsuit, were like, oh my God, no. We were not surprised. This is what he does in terms of like any opportunity to be able to get his money somehow. It's clear that he's going to try to get his money somehow. And then it talks about she calls this a desperate attempt at a cash grab. If you recall, Kevin filed a $250 million suit claiming Wendy was being taken advantage of and was held in involuntary confinement. Now, we've already talked about it, so I'm not going to read the whole thing again. But the good thing I personally think is like, I'm not surprised at all. This is what he does. This is not a shocker at all. I think that I wish someone else had sued because it's like, he of all people, even if he gets the money, who is the money going to go to? It ain't gonna be Wendy, because how is he suing on her behalf and didn't even tell her? That is so weird to me, in my opinion. So there is that. There's also more I want to talk about, and we will get into it. I just saw a video on the Bravo Shade Room on Instagram, about Phaedra Parks was not shocked that Brit did not attend the reunion. Um, and so what I'll do is I will play that for you guys in a second, but I want to go through some of these so-called hot topics. You guys may not think it's hot, but let's talk about it. So I think with the Wendy situation, I don't really feel like I need to spend too much time on it because from where I'm standing, I don't think anybody is surprised. If you guys are surprised in the chat, let me know. But from where I'm sitting, nobody is surprised. Everyone thinks that this is another attempt for him to get money. This is not the first time he's tried to sue Wendy. At least at this point, he's not suing Wendy. He's trying to sue. And but my thing is like, even if you wanted to get a lawsuit, why would you make it seem like she is a plaintiff when she had no idea and no involvement? That is sinister. That is also another way of you trying to make money off her name yet again. And this is the biggest problem that I have with the whole Wendy Williams situation. It is clear that she doesn't have the right people around her. It is clear that I feel that a lot of people around her are using her for her wealth. And it's so sad because it's like there's nothing as upsetting as being used by family members, being used by so called friends, for financial gain. And they don't even care it is at your expense. All they care about is they feel entitled to your money, entitled to your resources by way or by virtue of the fact that they are friends with you, they are your family members, they were married to you, like in the case of Kevin. It just feels like no matter what, there is an entitlement when it comes to him and the way he deals with this. So I wish Wendy the best. I really do hope she gets out of her guardianship. Um, if that is the best thing for her, or at least gets a guardian who genuinely seems to have her best interest at heart. Because I feel like these people, it feels more like leeches and people who just want to leech off you, and parasites basically, because they don't really care about you. They don't value your relationship with them. They don't value your health. All they value is the money they feel that they can get from you. This is my opinion. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, let's move on to I Rise, Miss Stacey from Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, so here is the thing. So let me just introduce the story first, then I will tell you all what I want to say, because clearly I have a lot on my mind, which is why I'm really about to be like, let me tell you what the thing is. Surprise, surprise! Real Housewives of Potomac star Stacey Rush announces partnership with cannabis-infused wellness line after previously denying Gizelle's claims that she was going into the field. Here is the thing. I do not like liars. I do not like people that can sit in front of you and open their mouths and lie. No repercussions, no care. I feel like liars basically feel like no one else has common sense, or feel like no one else is smart enough to be able to like notice that they're lying. I personally, there's nothing wrong with you going into that field if that's something that you wanted to go into. But the way you went about it was so shady. You could have had a conversation with Wendy about it to say, "Oh, do you mind if I speak to Eddie? I'm really looking into getting into the cannabis line. Would love to talk to somebody who has done it before, to just know what to look into, what to look out for." It's such a huge market. So no matter what, he will have what he needs. You will have what you need in the market. There is no need to be out here pretending to not want to be in the cannabis line, but then in reality, that is what you're hoping to get into. There is nothing as disingenuous as sitting at that reunion and lying. Now, we thought you were lying about a lot of things, but the biggest one is this whole cannabis business. Well, that's on the whole TJ thing, right? Because you sat in front of all of us and you were gaslighting us, making it seem like, oh, you didn't have a business going on. Gizelle was lying. You made it seem like you had nothing in the pipelines it relating to the cannabis infused thing, right? No, the thing is, and I know people are going to say, well, it's her business. She doesn't have to say anything. Da. She could have said, I'm not commenting on it right now. I don't want to talk about it right now. Nothing is set in place right now. She could have said that, not give us the impression that it isn't a thing and Gizelle is lying. Only for us to then find out, surprise, surprise, she's launching a cannabis infused line. And also, from what I hear, the name is also something Nigerian related as well. So I'm just like, girl, so you sat in her face, you tried Happy Eddie, you knew you had plans for that. You could not even have given your friend a heads up. Or even if you don't give the heads up, don't lie about it. Just say when Giselle brought it up. You know, the thing is, when you're in discussions with people until it's tied down, you don't really want to be talking about it. So at the moment, I don't know where things stand. You could have kept it very vague. You didn't have to sit in front of all of us and basically gaslight us into thinking this is not something that is legitimately happening when you know for a fact that this is what's happening. So I just think that she's shown herself to be a liar. I guess she's the liar of Real Housewives of Potomac. Because it's like, why lie? What was the reason? Why do you have to lie? Apparently, it's called Shayo. And it's like, why do you have to lie? There was no reason for that. You could have been honest. What was the reason for lying? That is my question, right? Let me read some of the comments because I want to see what people think. Someone says she lied for a reason. Don't try to announce my moves or potential accomplishments before I do, especially as some tea. It wasn't Giselle's place to tell them that, period. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you need to lie. Let me see what other people are saying because 3,000 people are lying, are liking. It seems like you guys like to lie, honey. You guys like to lie. Yep, she was just lying that whole night with a smile too. Absolutely. These are the people you got to be scared of because they will be in front of you lying through their teeth. Lying. Absolutely lying through their teeth. They do not care about nobody. They will be out here just lying unprovoked. That is what it's giving. Because nobody's saying you need to launch it. It's interesting how people are really elevating this behavior. I would have lied to, how dare you launch my ish for me? Wow. This is interesting. Wow. Okay. Queen Sheba says maybe she wasn't ready to announce it. I get that. But I still feel like there's a way to like communicate something without being out here lying. Right? You could have literally said like, at the moment nothing is set in stone. I don't know whether or not I'm going to get into that business, but if I do, I will be reaching out to you. You could have kept it very vague, very classy. Nobody knows what you're doing, whether or not you're going to do what they think you're going to do. But I feel like outrightly lying and making it seem like, what, is crazy to me. And I feel like your credibility is shattered. Because now, moving forward, whenever you say anything and it's your word against anybody's word, I will take the other person's word for it. That is it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think you have lied? Would you have told the truth? Would you have kept it vague? Let me know in the chat, please. Guys, let me know. Hit that like button and also let me know what you guys think in the live chat because I'm very, very curious. Would you say something? Would you keep quiet? Drop that in the chat. Let me see what someone else says. Y'all can say what you want, but Miss Gizelle is Potomac. She sets us up for the next season. She knows exactly what she is doing. She knows how to secure the cast and keep the storylines going. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. She definitely knows how to keep it going because now this is going to be a conversation and Wendy is going to call her out for lying. And I'm sure the rest of the cast will call her out for lying. Absolutely. I think the rest of the cast should call her out. Just call her out. That's it. That's all. So Gizelle was right about everyone. Got it. Exactly. Now everybody is out here riding for Gizelle like Gizelle is the poster child for honesty. Can you see what you're making people do now, Miss Stacey? Now everybody is actually believing. Absolutely. Now everyone is believing that is what you're on. Someone said her last name is actually a better name for a wellness company with drugs. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll say it as Rush, and that's a very catch, smart, double, and Entendres approach. Entendres approach. Okay. Um, I don't know. It depends on who your market is, right? If you're trying to target certain market, then I absolutely understand Shayu. And I also think people like when they use a name, they like using a name where you have to sort of explain it's one word, but then you have to explain what it means, and there is a meaning behind the word. Because then when you're marketing products as well, it kind of adds to the appeal and how you market the products and stuff like that. And with something like Shayo, then it resonates with certain like demographic as well, which I think is what she is trying to target. So yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing about that name. Someone says so. Oh, Gizelle's receipts have been receipting. First Maya, now Stacey. Absolutely. Sounds like whoever be giving Gizelle the tea before the reunion has that tea on lock, honey, because she has been coming through with the receipts. Just be honest. I vote for just be honest as well. I think some of you are missing why Gizelle did this. Somebody biting off of someone's business adventures deserves exposure. It's not about the cannabis business, it's about the private conversation. Stacey had been slippery the whole season. Gizelle just called it out. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I believe Giselle when she said it, that face scream, she was like, absolutely. She's not a very good liar. And I'm actually surprised that like people actually fell for it. Cause like even then, I was like, yeah, that lady is lying about a lot of things. So I'm quite surprised that people actually fell for it and were surprised. When she came out with that, I was like, yep, not surprised. Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. I feel like I wish I could like go back and find the clip somewhere. It's probably gonna take some time, but if any one of you guys have the clips to hand, I need you all to please send me the clips on Instagram at reviews and recaps because I want to see. Oh no, Neighborhood Talk did the work for us. All right, I don't want to get
the cannabis industry, like he's doing so well.
Okay. All right, so let's play it. Now I have to be really careful about how I play it. Let me make myself bigger just because they really be taking these things so seriously. So let me try and make myself bigger because I don't even want any sort of copyright nonsense. So I might have to pause it in between.
Have any of you partaken in Happy Eddie's devil's lettuce?
I have.
Stacey,
what the hell's a devil's lettuce?
It's true. What is a devil's lettuce? I bet it's probably something from that line. Okay. Is this why Eddie's always so happy? All right.
You were enjoying the gummies at Wendy's party.
I salute your husband's business, and I think you will be so successful, more than you can imagine.
Okay.
Well,
Great
Stacey's
products.
aren't you trying to start your own Happy Eddie?
Wendy looked shocked. Everybody looked shocked. Her face looks like I've been caught. She definitely looked guilty. She looks like she had been caught. You know when like you catch somebody right there in the middle of the cookie jar about to steal a cookie or like about to steal some meat from the pot and you just walk in? That is the energy that is given. That is the face that it's given.
Oh, are you?
Huh? Stacey?
Yeah.
No?
Oh, you see? She's like, no.
Oh.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Okay. She could have literally said, Gizelle, mind your business. When the business is out, you will find out. If I have a business coming out, you will find out. There's no reason for you to sit there and just say no, because now people look at you as a liar. I'm looking at you as a liar. Now even though before I still believed TG anyway to an extent, now I'm believing that was a storyline that you concocted. And I'm believing that you don't have no integrity and you're going to be out here lying.
Absolutely not.
And then she gathered her face together and she's like, absolutely not.
When she comes out with Happy Stacey next season,
Stacey.
don't be surprised.
Okay. Gizelle said that, and that was that on that. Okay. She must have really been inspired by Happy Eddie because she was definitely loving those gummies, apparently. So it must have done such a good job that she's like, ooh, I need to get in the industry. You see that face? Did you see that look to the side? That is a look of somebody who is absolutely guilty, in my opinion. She was definitely caught in the in the act. She had to look away to the side kind of vibe. That is what it was absolutely given. So I want to talk about Phaedra Parks really quickly. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Okay. Let me pull it up. Guys, sorry, I don't know why I'm starting to sing. Okay, let's share this tab instead. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna play this for you guys. Like I said, with these clips, I have to pause and talk and pause and talk, so just bear with me.
She skipped the reunion.
Also, shout out to the neighborhood talk because they helped me with the first clip. So just FYI.
What can you tell us about this?
Okay.
Well, I expected her to be there. She
Okay.
picked up her dress, and I know she got a manicure and pedicure in preparation for the reunion. So I was utterly shocked when I found out she wasn't there. I had no idea she wasn't coming. So it was a huge shock to me.
Okay. I'm not surprised. Let's be clear. I'm not surprised. And just looking at the comments on the side is cracking me up because people are like, Phaedra will do anything but give a straight answer. Absolutely, that's fine. Nobody's saying you have to give a straight answer. That's what Stacey should have done instead of giving us a straight no and lying in our faces. That's a problem.
And yeah, have you been in touch with her at all since then?
I had sent her a wonderfully gorgeous bouquet of flowers.
All right, Phaedra. She's like, I had sent her a wonderfully bouquet of flowers. Like, okay, sis.
Flowers before the reunion, the day before, just to encourage her, and she had a death in her family. So
I'm so sorry to hear that, actually.
So she sent me a text, and that's about the extent of it. She thanking me for the flowers, and I just wish her the best of luck.
You haven't communicated at all since?
Okay. Do you guys think that Phaedra has communicated with Brit since then? Because that facial expression is given, I'm not sure I want to get into it. Okay.
Well, I mean, yes.
Oh, I knew it. Exactly. Because that facial expression was given like, oh, do I have to answer that? You guys need to start calling me a body language expert at this point because I be clocking these people. And guys, that was a joke. I'm not a body language expert, but I do observe body language quite a bit.
Yes, we're still in a good place.
Exactly. So Phaedra knows more than she's letting on, but she is not about to say nothing. She's like, I am not in it. Don't put me in it. I am not in it.
Okay. What about Kid being disinvited? What can you tell us about that?
Well, I don't know because the whole Kenya scenario happened well before I returned, and so I can't speak on it because I have no information on it.
You see how she just this is how an attorney handles interviews, okay? They will not give you a direct answer. And by the way, I'm being facetious, by the way, before like people start being like, oh, I know an attorney and that's not how attorneys are different. Everyone is different, right? I'm just being facetious. But I say that to say sometimes the way she avoids the question, if she doesn't want to answer, she may not necessarily answer the question. She can give as much information as she wants to give. I feel like that is something that I feel like people need to learn. If you're going to be on these sorts of shows, interviews, all these kind of things, you need to make sure that you're not giving out more than you want to give out. You need to be in charge of the information that comes out of your mouth, not just being out here spilling everything and then getting yourself in trouble. And now you have to be answering to your superiors. So I feel like the way she handles these things, she's never going to have no issues with her superior about anything she says in interviews. Have you noticed after watching a Phaedra interview, you don't necessarily learn anything new that you don't already know? Does that make sense? It's like she never gives you anything more. But yet somehow she still gets called to these interviews because she comes, she's bubbly, her personality, people love, how shady she is. So, and people love her facial expressions. So I feel like she's getting away with not necessarily doing too much on these interviews, and just showing enough so that they keep inviting her. Really, that's what it's given.
Are you expecting her to be there?
I was only there for 10 days.
Let's talk about Brit. She skipped the reunion.
I was only there for 10 days. So, the network obviously makes their decisions. So I was just happy to be there.
Yeah.
She's like, please, I am not involved. Don't put me in it. I am not involved. Hit that like button, guys. The likes are not matching the amount of people in here, honey. Hit that like button. So yeah, it's clear that she's like, I am not involved. I am not getting on the wrong side of Kenya. I do not want no parts of it. I was not involved. Besides, she also knows it's an ongoing legal matter. She does not want to be getting involved, especially when she's already on thin ice. Well, I say she's on thin ice because she was just brought back after a long season of sabbatical, right? So I feel like she is not about to say nothing that will anger production anytime soon. She is going to be on her best behavior until further notice, in my opinion.
Are there any other surprises we'll see at the reunion?
Oh, there will be quite a few surprises and a lot of secrets revealed.
Ooh. Secrets. Now that is what I want to know. I need somebody to reveal the secrets beforehand. Please and thank you. Okay.
So it's definitely a got you moment for a few of our housewives.
Okay. Very, very interesting. I want to know who got the got you moment. Was there anything about Kelly, Shamia, Porsha? I am very curious. And how did she do at the reunion? But of course, if we let her tell it, she's probably going to say good. So who knows?
Dramatic does it get?
It's very dramatic, but most reunions are dramatic. Everyone's dressed in absolutely perfect clothes, but perfection, yes, perfection with a purpose, because the peaches will be turning.
The peaches will be turning, okay?
I like that. We see you next season.
You will definitely see me next season.
Well, okay, so sounds like she's already confirming. That means she probably got that paperwork, because she is saying it you will definitely see me next season. So I guess that puts to bed all those rumors about, I'm not sure she Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming back, blah blah blah, because of a $20 million lawsuit that allegedly they're even saying has not been filed yet. So who knows?
I was only on 10 days working this season, so I'm coming back ready to have some housewives fun. I was only there for 10 days.
10 days. So all that we're getting with Phaedra has happened for 10 days. And this is what I mean when I say that I feel like they definitely did not have a good season, and they brought Phaedra because they felt like they really did not have what they needed, and they had to pivot. Because imagine bringing Phaedra 10 days into the end. That is crazy. Let me see what the comments are saying. Phaedra will do anything but give a straight answer. Absolutely. But guess what? It works, because she's not in no trouble with production right now, or the network. 10 days, but get second chair at the reunion while Drew is at the end of the couch. At this point, take it up with Bravo and the network. I love the way she glides through interviews without saying too much. Absolutely. This is what I mean, right? Like, she doesn't say much in these interviews, but she be like getting through it, and it's all good. Someone says, child, like, she ain't Skip Married to Medicine. She took a page right out of her own book. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, that is it about the Phaedra business. I don't really want to play the sneak peek, because I'm just like, well, I'd rather just talk about it when it does come out. Let me scroll and see if there's anything interesting to talk about. The only thing that I haven't talked about yet is word on the street, allegedly. I have not seen any confirmation about this. I just know I stumbled on it. I think a blogger posted it on Instagram, and I'm trying to find the thing, but I can't find the post where apparently Porsha sent I think a cease and desist letter to apparently a blogger who was in the courtroom or something for the divorce. And my thing is this, right? Like, I feel like I would have thought like a divorce hearing would be like a private matter and not something like anyone could just show up to if you're not part of like the legal team. And even at that, it's just like to then be able to record certain things. Like, I don't know who the blogger is or anything, but I remember seeing that people mentioned something about it being recorded. And I was just like, okay, wait, so you can record a private hearing and then have the clips for people to listen to? Like, that's interesting. So yeah, I'm not surprised that if in fact it's true that somebody like Porsha would send a cease and desist, because apparently there were information that were revealed after the hearing that they did not want to be in the public. So I think that that is very, very interesting. Maybe you guys do like your divorce hearings differently, because yeah, divorce hearings here, yeah, we don't be getting no random people in the courtrooms. So, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging with me. Let me see if there's anything more I wanted to talk about. Today has been a little bit of a slow news a day, if you ask me. Yeah, I did see something about saying that Brit hadn't filed her actual lawsuit yet, but I think it's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, even if she hasn't filed it yet, it clearly shows at least an intention to perhaps file or an intention for some settlement discussions to be had. So I feel like either way, is probably something that they would literally be having negotiations about privately anyways. Remember I said to you that there's a likelihood that it would end up probably in a bit of a settlement outside of court anyway, so I would not be surprised. Maybe discussions are being had in the background about it, and so it could potentially just be that is what is happening. But yeah, anyways, today has been a slow news day, so I am just gonna head out unless something else comes up that I do want to talk about. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, share this video if you haven't already, and share this channel so that other people can find my content. Thank you so much for hanging with me, and I'll see you guys.